Good morning. You're welcome. It's the Wise One channel. I am your host, Lady Caren. It's on this day, June. Yeah, we're done with May. Yeah, June 5th, Monday, 2023. Northern Hemisphere people, it feels like summer. Let's see. Is so we're approaching summer with summer weather just barreling through. June 21st, Wednesday, we have a summer solstice that we have to get ready for. We are just finishing up the other end of the full moon, and there's we get like a strawberry moon festival. I hope you guys are doing well. I thank you for clicking on the button. I have not done anything else today. I gotta fix. I'm giving my fiance love. Waiting for him to hit the button so that I can hit the button. I can't find where those are on here until it doesn't suggest it until he's posted a photo or he's getting those photos. Okay. But we're working on the hood today. As I'm wearing a hood attached to. I know, it's not a hoodie, or it's not a sweatshirt, it's just a shirt, a zip up. Trying to find where this is my stitch. I'm following single stitch around the piece. And it's supposed to be 100 stitches, but 50 on each side or something like that. But I don't know. I'm doing a single stitch and I don't know if it's single or it's supposed to be a double. So I'm not sure entirely with the pattern if I'm following it or not. It's supposed to be a simple hood and you're supposed to be able to attach it to anything. And my youngest said her hat or hood that I made was winter, like my son, I don't know why he's not wearing his. They were teasing it and playing steal the hood. The weather is getting hot, hot, hot. Global warming. The Earth is making changes and differences, and wonder what those results are, how long the planet's going to be alive for, kind of thing. It's the sun burning up. We're going to get solar flares that knock out or brown out our electricity. Probably not. Those are things that we can research and find out for sure. I like this blue. So I cleared up the mess mostly around here. I still, have my book that's going upstairs with the library books. And I have some papers that I'm going through on top of the paperbacks. And then, so that mess, so I cleared off that mess. And then I put a whole nother clutter up there. So it's not my clutter, it's his clutter. It was clutter that was on his desk. So that's, it doesn't look pretty, but I don't think he's more utilitarian than he is, about how things look pretty. I cleared off as much of my clutter as possible on my desk. I like to be able to set things down in case of emergency. I've got my hands full or something. I need to just dump and go tend to an emergency, you know, or something, I need to be able to set things down. I need space. I need counter space or clear space or, so that I can set things down is valuable real estate to me. It's valuable space, valuable placement. So I like to clear things and surfaces, to have clear access to surfaces as much as possible. And I like, my dad put his desk, which was this big old wide table looking thing on Susan's front of his window, and I can't get to the window. I'd like to access my desk is in front of the window, but I can now get to points of the window where I can open the curtains and do stuff. And I have these short arms, these little arms, and I have to be able to use that power zone that's in front where you line up your spine, your hips and all that, and lift. And if you took your item in your power zone, it doesn't weigh as much as if you, so up there it starts to get heavy, or as you lift, if you lift outside of your power zone, the item gets even heavier. So if you're in your power zone and you put your shoulders down and your elbows in and you have the most strength, gives you the most, utilizes most of your strength with the least amount of injuries, especially when you're rushing. Amazon found this out and decided to mandate it for all the employees. That's how you move. I like the benefits of being able to move in my power zone. Did I skip? Nope, I did not skip a stitch. Okay, we're good. I'm gonna have to take an embroidery needle and do that hole there. So the middle. Like, I don't know. It's not exactly for a ponytail. Hello, my name is Maria. But I will do that later after I finish this. Get that around. We can breathe right about now. That's probably, I can feel that relaxation. Just kind of breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. Breathe in through your nose with a big old belly breath. Allowing your stomach to expand as far as you can. Hold. And exhale through your mouth. Letting your stomach deflate like a balloon. It's not so much the stomach as it is the lower lungs, but it feels right. It feels as if it's below the diaphragm. So you're allowing your diaphragm to expand and contract your diaphragm. And just work that in there. and hold in between each. And allow your body to relax from the top of your head, neck, shoulder. Balance your feet on the floor. And just let go. Keeping your chin steady and level with the floor. Only if this is safe for you to do so. So I say this now. Disclaimer, disclaimer. Don't try breathing exercises unless it's safe for you to do so. But yeah, get yourself out of fight-flight mode and into relax and digest. Yeah. So this weekend, I went to a meditation group hosted at the local library. It was kind of cute. It was nice. It wasn't very, it was kind of just relaxed with a lot of expectations. It was just kind of easygoing. Meditation wasn't formal or anything. It was just we all sat and he led with breathing exercise and then with his meditation and just let it talked some light noise, white noise or whatever. Yeah, for a whole half hour, which I don't normally take a half an hour to breathe and do exercises and meditate. Let the run go. Like, I guess I only do like 15, 20 minutes. I didn't really notice the time go by, but you notice how you feel afterwards, like that you're supposed to let yourself come up slowly, let yourself relax into your body. Mm, I just kinda open my eyes. That's just you get that, cliffhanger, that drop, that like, something very prevalent just gone. It's something like, "There was something here, and now it's gone. There's void, there's space, there's woo," you know, that you get when like, if you try those frequency, YouTube videos, music videos, or YouTube, meditation videos, and then you turn it off, and it's just like as if somebody turned off the wind that was billowing over a cave and just, like, there was no other nature sounds, it's just all of a sudden quiet, like somebody, like, flipped off a switch to the Matrix. You get that, I get that, kind of sensation. I'm just like, wow, because you feel the effects. I felt the effects anyways, and it's quite powerful. And then we had discussions, a nice like discussions. Apparently there's emails. They emailed the group. I didn't know, so I never got the email. So I kind of just showed up. And it was welcoming and totally all right. And I could join in the conversation. And they talked a lot about books they have read about studying practices um, of the practice of making those milestone expectations of come because they talked about the Holocaust. Was it the Holocaust? No, it was somebody in a POW camp. It was like, oh, we'll get out by Easter. Oh, we'll get out by, you know, whatever the next holiday is. Oh, we'll get out by, and eventually, by Christmas, he died of a broken heart. And so there was lots of talk and hitting on perspective, meeting expectations, making expectations, using milestones on the mentality of where you're at in the practice of that. And so I have been sitting there trying to go back and forth about that experience. And I was wondering what's a healthy expectation and perspective into a healthy expectation, because meeting goals is a powerful organizational tool. And when you accomplish it, oh, the high. The autism tells you if you don't meet these goals, the whole world is bomb, crap bomb. Nobody's happy, and you're devastated, and it's heart crushing when these expectations don't get met. But we do when we organize, make a plan, make a goal, meet the goal, um, make tasks inside of a goal. And so, what's healthy and what's soul crushingly unhealthy? What leads to the soul crushing, unhealthy, broken heart part of these expectations? What kind of expectations can we set where we can utilize the ability to move ourselves into a healthy growth of character and emotional and mental health. And, and no matter the situation, you could be in the worst of the worst and the best of the best. A lot of that's the thing, is that some of these people were in the worst of the worst, being tortured, needlessly, not knowing what's going to happen next. And, you know, you have to get through it. And and then there's some people who have the best of the best who are in a load of crap and suffering. You have, the most money, the best health, all this stuff, and yet some suffering is still occurring. Life isn't satisfactory. So what is that point of suffering? What is the point of success or satisfaction or happiness or, fulfilling needs and the balanced and healthy life where you're in a good or a happy medium, not where you're too high, not where you're too low, because your life can swing to like the whole world is, especially if you're a teenager and your parents tell you no, but the party's gonna have boys there. This is a off the wall example. And so that you can stream it or dissect it or get to see what it is that makes us feel about the small things. So I am blowing the thing out of proportion, or I'm hitting a point that when you were a teenager, that feeling that you get, it's very valid. But I'm blowing the situation to something that once you got over, oh, that wasn't such a big deal. It was a big deal when it happened, type of situation. Or it's a teenage girl is not really your concern. And it doesn't have to be feeling of like, oh my gosh, the boys are going to be there, or a teenage girl. Like, oh my gosh, the other girls are going to be there. You know, these days and age. Or, oh my gosh, them is going to be there. And I'm hoping to make my circles, So, yeah, these things that felt extreme and probably were extreme to you in the moment, but then in retrospect, um, it wasn't as big as it felt, or in an aspect of things and perspective. It's not equivalent to, certain doomsday, oh my gosh, there's a tidal wave coming, or a tsunami coming, tidal wave, tsunami coming, or something, and, we gotta get everybody to safety, it's not comparatively. But how we handle those are key experiences, because how we handle those seemingly minute or smaller aspects that feel bigger, how do we approach to other situations? What are we going to do to those other situations? How are we going to handle them? How are we going to handle anything? So, what do we utilize? Our perspective is something, our power lies in what we utilize. It's a big motto for, it's our household motto, what we utilize. Our power lies in what we utilize. So to be able to use space, to be able to use our perspective, and be able to use our mental capacity in a way to bring ourselves health and our fulfill our needs, good health, good happiness, good mental health, physical health. To me, a key component is health, because then you're able to do all the other stuff. So the wisdom in the health of having good health, because without that health, you're kind of in a place where it's difficult to be. And, you know, so I'm a little obsessed with health. It's like healthy, so science experiments and things like that that get us healthy spiritual experiments that get us, where we can have that strength and whatever adversity or good situations, even if you get rid of good and bad, and situations that are wonderful, how do we let go of the suffering? How do we get out of the suffering? How do we get away from the suffering, or let that suffering go so we're not immersed in it, so that our experience isn't bogged with suffering? How do we heal from trauma where our life isn't to the results and whims of that trauma response, aren't in this horrible, traumatic reliving the trauma, or trying to escape the trauma that we've escaped, or to escape the trauma you're in now. So how do we, in culture trauma, how do we, how much is a healthy pers- um, expectation? How do we fill ourselves with healthy expectations, especially with autism, that, if we take care of this, then that will be better, and so that we can be in a healthy mind place, and that our healthy emotional state. How can we get rid of misconceptions that lead to suffering in our lives and the lives of our loved ones, and our circles, and our neighbors, and our family and friends and acquaintances? So I'm doing better with the cleaning. And then look, there's this big area that needs cleaned. But I've been trying to figure out how not to let the normal, everyday, daily stuff pile up while I take care of something that was from before. And now I've got another urgent side project that I'm doing at another location. Because that's not the only one. There's lots more that could definitely use my help. Yeah. This hood's really starting to come along. Let's do a few more rows. I could just get this finished in 20 minutes and I'm on. So a row and a half that I don't talk, I could probably do 2 rows or 2 rounds in 20 minutes. Like, woohoo! And just walk around and be weird with a hood on. So what would be, these projects, these health, this coming together, this, how much did I really accomplish from a year ago, 5 years ago, you know, 6 years ago? Relationship with my fiance and my kids and their school, my children, school. I'm not saying kids, I'm not calling my kids goats anymore. But I find the correction so often. Yeah. So where do I stand? Where are my standards? Where do I stand on things? What kind of key elements have made a difference in my life? I know that I still have certain issues that haven't cleared up, but I also know that I have made progress and it'll get better. Because I know, like, I was raised to be very submissive, and I'm not a submissive person. I don't like people walking all over me. And you shouldn't walk all over somebody who is quiet or more reserved. You should respect and listen and make sure you go out of your way to listen because they're observant and it's a very powerful tool to have that insight of somebody who's quieter. Listen to that quiet voice. And I guess, like, listen means to do as said, but I don't view it that way. I mean, to listen and to take a moment to understand what they said and to respond, or to respond with either results of your actions or results of your words. To show some type of action. Other thing is learning what's inferred and what's not. But, I mean, my kid's homework is what's inferred by this picture or the sentence or the story, and I'm like, you're gonna ask my autistic kid what's inferred. I mean, like, oh. What don't we know that we don't know? That's always gotten me. Uh, so, I feel like I'm doing it. Did I get enough stitches in there? Not sure. Not entirely sure here. It's not entirely straight, but it's not entirely not straight. Why is one side? I don't know. But we are getting there. We are so getting there. 3 or 4 more rows. We should totally do, let's see how many there is. This would be cool if I can wear a hat, and I'll wear it on my next video tomorrow, and then you'll watch me crochet on my blanket. I gotta keep going with the blanket so that come winter, we have enough. What's that kid that does it in an hour? Does a whole blanket in an hour or two, and he sells, and he's made money towards schools in Africa. He'll sell blankets. What about the things that needed done, like last year or something? They're still doing them. There's that dog. Nature sounds. Wonder what the dog's saying. Or if the dog has. How did mankind start language? Did we start making sounds like a dog was barking? Another got videos of dogs talking. Crows talk. That's not too tight, is it? That might be too tight. I should probably loosen this up a bit. I don't know. It's probably not the right size hook. I just kept at it with this acrylic fabric or yarn. Lions brand. I did the bonus bundle. That's what it was. It was a bonus bundle. They have like skeins and skeins. They have cakes, skeins. I did the bonus bundle. It looks like a giant cake. Oh my gosh, it was expensive, but it's so worth it. The blanket's gonna be worth it too. And just the blanket right now, it's no more than like a wrap, or like a giant. It's going from a giant scarf to a giant wrap. That's what I should do, is crochet something for the next Doctor Who sci-fi show. Yeah, for them to wear, for the character to wear. One for the actress or actor. Yeah, science fiction. Yeah, these are not consistently the same size. I'll get it eventually. Figure out how to do this. I've been staring down on my phone at my yarn Oh, yeah. I was gonna say, let's put this back. Uh, we figure out how to financially do things with the price of inflation going up. And I'm like, I don't know. Oh no, I don't know. I don't know. Mm, mm, mm. Let's see how fast we can go with this. Eh, just keep going and going and going. I gotta take care of my nails because I keep catching on the fiber, on the fabric. It's hard for, and then when you help your kid out, you don't want to hand them, their bowl hasn't accidentally scratched them. Well, it should be cold soup or something along that is. Cold food, salads, things like that. Sandwiches, less cooking, less baking, less that kind of thing. I don't want to bake and do that kind of stuff. So I've been working to try to get dishes down to 10 minutes. 10 minutes worth of dishes at a time. And structure it with a timer. I hate timers, but I don't worry too much if I go over. I can also choose to just stop dishes at 10 minutes and then continue them again, before or after dinner, for another 10 minutes and go over the 10 minutes if I would like to. Fraction your time in 10 minutes, 10 minutes meditation, 10 minutes spiritually, 10 minutes being dressed and ready and your hair and your face, you know, half an hour of this, half an hour of that. And I'm going to try to get, uh, I don't know, for some reason. I can get better at this. All right, there we go. One more minute, and then it'll have been 10 minutes starting on a row. So I think it takes about 10 minutes to get a row done. 16 seconds. Yeah, it's about 4 seconds or so to get. Yep, gotta get that in there. And that stitch, that last stitch, I think I got more than just a stitch. I think I weaved that in there somewhere, something. Okay, we can see how this goes, how this looks. Eh, got accidentally decreased or something. Oh. All right, nail is bothering me. Just keep sketching. Oh, yeah. We did that in 10 minutes, that row in 10 minutes. So it's about 10 minutes a row to do 100 stitches, you know. And I'm going to have to do a fundraiser for the house to remodel the house. So work on the cars and the I gotta start church, do all that stuff. Like to. There's something on spiritual. Trying to think for my business model, trying to think what I would offer. It would be like tarot cards, upcycling, wisdom books, um, wisdom notebooks. And then so I'm going to try to get rid of all my digital stuff that I don't need digitally anymore, so that I have room on the cloud and room on the computer, room in the background. Zip up some pictures, those photo albums. I'll probably learn more digital stuff, more programming, kind of thing. I'm like, where are you gonna find the time? Okay. We're getting so far in here. At how far we are getting. I'm getting another other round. I'm almost done with the second round. With this other round we've started. It's only been 5 minutes so far. Hee I can do this quickly. If I can do some of these crochet projects quickly, I can make all sorts of projects. It's Monday already. We got one last week of school. So what is new with you guys? It's not a podcast, so just like crocheting away. What would be on a podcast? Just your morning thoughts, listening to a podcast as you're going about your day, doing your thing, cleaning your house, driving down to work, doing cross country, whatever. People come from different aspects of life. I'd like to be more inclusive, getting, and then I'm sure. So, like, Scandinavian type countries have been portrayed to the U.S. as these happy, country-esque, gorgeous. Everybody's got universal health care, and everybody's pretty and happy. This is really starting to come around. Like it's this side of the hood, this side of the hood. I'm gonna make this big so I don't lose it. And then we're going to try it on for a minute. Let's see here. I haven't finished it up, but here's where we are so far. I think that's long. So that's cute. We got a few more rows to go. But we can make it or make things out of upcycled, recycled. I'd like to sell that kind of stuff. And make another cat scratch. Because I threw out one yesterday. I gotta make it for the cats, so there's something to scratch on. I've got so much cleaning that I want to get done. I want done. That part of the HUD's done. This video is gonna get ready for Tuesday. Monday, Tuesday, get ready for things, get things done, get things going. My day. I'm not ready for today. I'm not ready for this week. I'm not ready for the summer, but I want to get it done. So by the 21st, I want to have the mess that's back there done. And I'd like to be able to decorate in here. So yeah, we got some mess here. We got some things we gotta clean out so that we can do. And then our house, we got so much to do. So instead of focusing on what do I have to do, because the potential PDA that I have possibly. So the neuro response, so the trauma response, that's PDA. Telling me I have to do this, I have to do that. I need to quit that, and I need to quit saying that I have to get this done, and I have to get that done. So if I quit it, it's possible that I could start enjoying doing the things that need done. So I don't have to. I can let it go. And quite frankly, I probably have let it go, but it's helped heal. So the more I understand me, the more I can get things done, and the more power. Whew, yeah. So I'm gonna let you guys go. Mwah, 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 and I will see you tomorrow. Love you guys. Love, 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 love you. Big ol' hug. Love you guys. Love, 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 love you. Until next we meet, have a good one.